So playoff hockey is finally back in the city of Boston. It is, well, for a moment we thought it was going to be good. But then, as the Garden was rocking, they sat down and realized you had 60 minutes of wet, stinky, hot NHL officiating garbage.
With the Wild already down 2-1, has come off the bench with sunglasses on and a hockey stick and has done his best.
Just inconsistent, god-awful officiating. The NHL's finest being sent to this one. And we'll get more into it on this, the Bruins Recap Show. So we start things off in the first period. 2 U's, 2 K's, 2 Rask, as always, starting off with Craig Anderson. Would you expect anything else? Ottawa starting the scoring party early, as it is going to be Erik Karlsson, as he stretch passes it to a 2 feet offsides Mark Hoffman, who eventually beats Tuukka Rask on the short end. I don't know what they were looking at. Bruce Cassidy doesn't want to challenge it. Of course, because he wants to hold on to the timeout. That's been his MO all season long, or at least since he's taken over for the bench. A little bit later on, it's going to be Derek Brassard who gets the feed from Bobby Ryan. He puts it in. Tuukka Rask, no chance, who he breaks his skate on the play. Didn't look good, as a lot of people might have thought he was injured, as he was you saw him limping off to the bench, but it turns out not to be limping. He couldn't put anything because he had a broken skate. So that's it for the first period. We take it to the second period here. And Ottawa will go up 3-0 with another shot from Hoffman as he bangs it off the post and in. 3-0 Ottawa. But the Bruins will do a little goodness, as Erik Karlsson will cough up the puck in his own zone. He doesn't want to get hit. Coughs it up all the way over to John Michael Liles. John Michael Liles will rip it. It goes off of Noel Accari, and it will go right past Craig Anderson, who couldn't see a thing as he had Timmy Schaller in front of him. So Boston will get themselves within one, but a little bit later on, a few seconds no less, as it's a turnover by Bobby Ryan, and David Backes beats the race, and he will beat Dion Phaneuf to the spot, and he will bury it past Craig Anderson, and Boston has some life. And we go a little bit later on, Boston on the power play. One of the few power plays they got in this game, as David Pastrnak and the fucking amazing rookie Charlie McAvoy, they go a little give and go, and it ends up on the stick of David Pastrnak for the one-timer. Power play pasta in full effect as he hammers it past Craig Anderson's short side. 3-3. We are tied after 2, and we will end up going to overtime. Overtime! And it is in overtime that we get problems. As Dominic Moore, this is this whole sequence as it goes. Dominic Moore going for the puck behind the Ottawa net. He gets his leg ripped off by Erik Karlsson. It's okay, though, by the officials, because he's a Norris Trophy candidate, for fuck's sake. Bullshit. It ends up going into the Boston zone. Riley Nash tries to get it. He takes an elbow and a shoulder to the face. Just looked nasty, as I guess he throws a slight hook, a slight punch, I don't know. Maybe a push, if anything. Didn't look like much. I forget who he hit, but he fell so fast that WWE superstars are like, hey, look, make it look legit. He fell so hard, he fell faster than a prom queen on prom night. For fuck's sake. It was that bad. And the idiot official, 2 minutes for roughing. There was not much there. And that'll be what causes Ottawa to go on the power play. Karlsson right up as Dominic Moore goes on a flyby, completely misses Karlsson. Karlsson will go over to Ryan. He goes give and go and gets it back and backhands it into an open net. And that's going to be your game, as Ottawa will take it 4-3 in overtime. and just some horrible officiating all around in this one. Just no consistency at all. You hate to see a game end on such a weak penalty, especially in the fucking playoffs. So anyway, still a lot of hockey left to be played. It is only a 2-1 series. Boston's still very much in it, but they need to get this second game at home, which would be very nice to go back to Ottawa tied, make a series out of this instead of being down 3-1 with your back against the door. So that'll be Wednesday night. We'll see you then on the next Bruins Recap Show.